saw that pain ruined his quality of life. He did not want to go see a doctor. Everyone knows this type of person. He was very stoic, very stubborn, and thought that he didn't need help. But eventually he needed help. He saw a physician, and by that time he was diagnosed with cancer, stomach cancer that spread, something we call metastatic disease. So he told his daughter, who then told me, that towards the end of his life, his pain was so unbearable that he would scream at night so loud that the neighbors would hear his suffering. So in my mind, was that suffering because of physical pain? Was it suffering because of emotional pain? Or was it suffering because he knew he was going to leave this world? So that story happened 30 years ago. That attorney was my grandfather. And my mother was the one who still can't sleep at night because his screams haunt her, because her father died suffering. This is why I became a physician. Part of the reason why I became a physician. This is also the reason why I chose pain medicine. Because pain will cause behavior change. Pain will cause emotional change. Pain will be the roadblock at enjoying a quality of life that all of us deserve. So 30 years later, today, I see a lot of patients with debilitating pain. I see a lot of patients with cancer. Like my grandfather, there was no research 30 years ago to cure his cancer. My research interest now is those who have survived that debilitating disease. My research interest now is the survivors who now survive with pain syndromes because of cancer. So we have science to think, because now, 30 years later, there are people surviving. There are people seeking my help to give them a better quality of life. It is the scientists that provided me that tool to now be able to heal. Because healing is an art, but we need science as the tools to heal as a physician. So I'm not going to stand up here and talk about my research, because this has just gotten personal. I've seen Alejandra for many months now, and she was in a wheelchair. But now she's standing with all of us and marching for science, because it's improved her quality of life. Obviously, this is personal to me, and it's personal to you. One day, every single one of you will see and seek a physician. One day, something's going to happen. A sports injury, God forbid, cancer, or a catastrophic injury that leaves you with a spinal cord injury. You have to enjoy the rest of your life. So I'm going to talk about the patients who come and see me. By the time they see me, they've gotten a lot of information from internet. They consulted with Google MD. They asked their friend, look at my symptoms, look at my leg, what's wrong with me? But they still don't know. So they come to me, they come to my colleagues, they come to fellow scientists to find out what's wrong. And it's my job, because you trust me, you tell me secrets about your life that only you and I share, to come up with science-based, evidence-based, peer-reviewed, and proven treatments to help you live your life as best as you can. This is why I'm here. I'm standing here for science. I'm standing here for my patients admitted at the medical center right now. A 40-year-old young mother with stage 4 breast cancer. She just wants to get discharged to stay with her son. I have a retired spinal cord injury patient, worked all his life as an engineer here in Houston, has a spinal cord injury, but now retired and still wants to enjoy his life, but his pain is in the way. I'm here for them. They trust me. I have a physician-doctor relationship. I owe them the truth. I owe them science. I owe them evidence-based. I cannot stand here and lie to them and speak an opinion from one person, and that opinion is, oh, everything will be great. No. Science requires a team, requires people that do it every day, and then it translates to my patients. Thank you.